What's going on, guys? Redbeard here from the Warrior Tribe. I thought I'd do the bow drill challenge. I've done this once as part of a learning experience, and it's not exactly easy. So don't feel bad that your failed attempts on your first few tries. It took me a long time before I ever got it, and I haven't practiced it since because, quite frankly, I don't ever want to be in a position where I have to rely on this. I make sure I carry around a multitude of fire starting capabilities that are way easier than this. That being said, you never know what could happen. Here I'm going to use to help build. I just using my tomahawk, shaved off a nice flat piece of this is some nice dry ash as my fireboard. I'll work with that. I've got a somewhat cylindrical piece of maple. It's a little bit softer than the ash, which makes for a better spindle, in my opinion. So I will cut out my notches, work up some tinder, and hunt around my property and see if I can find something suitable to make a bow with. And I've got the paracord, my knife, and something I carry in the woods when I go out there, so I'm going to use it. It's my multi-tool. You can do this without this. You can just use your knife, but if you have the tools that make it easier, use them. And I carry this in the woods when I go out, so I'll assume that I'll have it if I need to make one of these. Anyways, stay tuned, guys, and we'll see if we can get this done. Got a little fire going for inspiration. Plus I like the sound and the smell. So I found a nice piece of slightly green cottonwood. We'll make a decent bow. It's got a nice bit of flex to it. It's got a bit of a natural bow shape, that's what I'm looking for. Clean up the ends here. Make some notches for the paracord to sit in firmly. Decent little jagged cut. Not a huge notch, just enough that the cord can sit in it without sliding down the shaft. No jokes there, guys. Sliding down the shaft. Honestly. You're going to want a little more than 2 feet paracord to start with. Collecting the fat, and then string the bow. So we've got the bow roughly constructed. Again, not terribly tight on the tension. So for my spindle, again, I got a piece of maple here. I'm going to cut it down, clean it up with my knife, try to shape it a bit, get it as round and symmetrical so that it's not going to flip-flop all over the place. And I'll taper up a point on each end, one for the socket to rest on, and the other to sit into the fireboard. So hit the end off here with my little tomahawk. Hopefully it's strong enough to get through. Perfect. Alright. Got all that big chunky end. It even flew right into my wood pile. Isn't that cool? So I'll shave this down. No jokes. Forming the wood, I want to make sure it's a nice smooth surface where that bowstring is going to go around, so that there's no wear and tear on the bowstring. I'll make sure I smooth that down real nice with the knife blade as well. So just forming up the drilling part of the spindle. Just gonna taper in the ends, just doing a rough chopping right now, and then I'll smooth it out once I get into the shape I want. But I basically want it to be a little bit rounded, sort of pencil shaped, but not to a point. Just a little bit so that it kind of wants to bite into the wood. While I'm shaping the spindle, it's nice, I'm also collecting some nice feather kindling. Alright, so I've got the basically rough design on the fireboard. Got a little V-notch cut out and a little starting point for the bowl, for the fire bowl. And then the next thing you need to consider is what you're going to use for a top piece. If you're fortunate to live near a river or a lake that has stones, you could look for a stone that has a little, cave, preferably something that's smooth so it won't chew your spindle up too bad. This is the best one I could find in my yard. If I went down by the lake, I could probably find the perfect one. The inside of a good solid seashell will work well as that. Or you can build one with a chunk of more hardwood if you're able to find it. So that's what I'm going to do. For any of you who may be a little bit newer to any sort of knife work, doing this, what I'm doing here, is extremely effective way of carving out a bowl using the tip of the knife and kind of pivot shaving around. However, it is dangerous. If you slip out of the wood with the amount of pressure I'm using, if this slips out, it's going to stab right through my hand. So you've got to be very careful. And if you're not comfortable, rather, with this technique, maybe better to use something a little bit more blunt. Alright guys, I've got the construction all finished up at this point, and now it's time to put it to use. I've decided to use a little bit of dryer lint as my coal catch. Some might think it's cheating, but the fact of the matter is you can obtain dryer lint, generally speaking, in the wild, just by simply scraping your pants or your shorts with your knife. You can basically fuzz them up and accumulate a small amount of lint. You can always find something in your pocket, perhaps, or of course you can pull off your socks, and there's always lint on the inside of a good sock. So to mount up the drill into the bow, you simply just put it in and twist around. Okay? It helps sometimes take a little slack off and orient it in the way that you want to do your drilling. This for me is the way I want. Set it down like that. Put my socket on top and start slow to get the motion down. Starting to get some nice bits. I think we got her here now. Okay. Nice little feather guy here. That's kind of nice, little bit of art. They burn quick, so you got to keep them going. A little bigger. Cut the fire short. For one, this is my good stump that I like to work on. I don't want to burn a big hole in it. And two, my camera keeps overheating because, well, taking video shots and being in the sun and being right in front of a fire. And it got annoying to have to keep resetting it, so you get the idea. It's not easy, and it is very material dependent. If you can't find the right material or good dry material, it's going to be very difficult. Good technique to know. Interesting, good one to practice too, because there are some techniques to it. I'm not great at it. Took me a while, I won't lie. Had a lot of angry moments where the spindle would flip out, and I'd have to reset the bow, and then the camera would shut off on me, and it was a frustrating time. So, but I got there. I got the ember. I got the char coming down and into the little V, and was able to nurture it into a small flame, which I could have built into a bigger fire. Anyways, guys, hope you found that entertaining, or at least a little educational maybe. Cheers. This is Redbeard. Have a good one, guys.